see we changed location.
I understand.
From one corner of the room to the other.
Exactly.
Big moves for us.
Hey.
Get
Pretty
it.
good.
Welcome back to the ZeroPod613, where we talk about nothing and something at the same time. With our host
Zach Mamroot.
Or an Eliyahu.
and our guest.
Mr. Brian Levin, how are you? Actually,
Mr.
scrap the
Levin.
mister. It's good. We can be informal
Mr.
for a minute.
Levin? What are we calling? Mr. What's your name today?
Yeah, Mr. Levin's fine.
How's
Mr.
your day?
Levin.
How's your day?
Day's going well. My wife's birthday was yesterday, so happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out
birthday.
Mrs. Levin.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day.
All right, we have some questions prepared for you.
I'm ready.
I can start us off.
Let's go.
For once.
My question is, what are the teachers like outside of school? Who are the not really cliques? Who are the groups outside of school? Who are the boys?
I know Dr. Black has to be one of them.
Dr. Black's a great guy.
Legend, by the way. Shout out.
Yeah, agreed. I can't really speak to other people. I don't know who other people sort of spend their time with outside of school if they do. But for me personally, in my several years here, spent some time with Dr. Black, Mr. Rath, who no longer works here.
Legend. Shout out.
Yeah, Mr. Rath was a good one.
Goat of all goats.
First 2 years had him as a math teacher.
I don't disagree with you. And of course, Mr. Solzner as well.
Yeah, of course.
It's the three guys I speak to the most, and professionally, work help and stuff like that, and personally as well. They're all very good guys, good friends, knowledgeable, good dudes to spend time with for sure.
Are you friends with any of the rabbis? Like close to them?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily outside. Rabbi Wolk actually invited me to his sukkah this past year.
Nice, wow.
Yeah, me and my
Look at
family
him doing
went.
all the mitzvahs.
It was a great time. Really great hospitality, really good food. It was a really good time. The rabbis here are really cool. They're very friendly. They're very outgoing. They're very warm, very welcoming. Rabbi Nachbar is a great guy. I'm sure you all know. Rabbi Broadman. They're all super, super nice guys.
Yeah.
Would you say, if you weren't to be working in the school and you saw, let's say Mr. Solzner, you just saw him on the street, started talking to him, you think you'd become friends with him? Or it's a work environment?
Yeah, no, I think about that often because when I moved from New York, the number one thing 4 years ago now, that held me up was my friends. I have the same friend group since I'm basically elementary school, since I'm 5-6 years old. Same crew, same dudes, haven't gone anywhere. We've relocated. Some live in Georgia now, some live in Jersey, some live in Florida. Obviously, a bunch still in New York. But when I moved down here, that was my biggest concern. I know I can't replicate my same group of friends for 30-something years, but can I find, something similar, right? Guys that even if I wasn't working with them, I could meet them on the street and say, hey, this is my guy.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that way.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Solid.
That's very good. That's solid. That's very welcoming. Coming into a new community, coming into a new environment, school, workplace, all that stuff.
It's very hard to make friends, though, and I think most people probably in my age bracket could say this, but it's hard to make friends when you're older, right? Because everybody either has their friends, or they're just not really in the market for friends anymore, or it's strictly professional, which is fine, but it's definitely harder to make friends now than when you're obviously 6, 7, 8 years old.
You really never think about that. Like, who thinks oh, my teacher, with all respect, my teacher has struggles making friends. Like, you think about no, because for real.
Honestly, I wasn't thinking that.
Exactly. Who thinks about that? And it's real,
we joke, but we do have personal lives. We don't go down to the teacher's room and plug ourselves in and we're not robots. We do have families, we have friends, we have personal outside interest or concerns. We're human just like you guys are. But
shout out
obviously,
all the teachers. Thank you all.
Yeah.
They're all good people, and they all deserve respect.
So we know, I hope you guys know that you are a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Yes, well aware.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo. Someone had to do it.
He's got a sticker on the back of his car, New York Jets.
I do.
Who do you think is a better football team?
Than the Jets.
Giants or the Jets?
This year?
And why?
Health. Let's just say everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be close.
That's valid.
It's going to be the Jets.
So who do you think is
Yeah.
competitor? A lot of people are
the
saying
Giants
the Jets are going to go undefeated.
What about last year? What about last year?
I know you're not going to
He said, I'm sorry.
You have to remember, right? In the NFL, and the NFL is the sport that I definitely care most about and I'm most invested in. I love basketball too. That's close number 2. but it's all about the quarterback position, right? You can't get by. I mean, we saw it with.
You guys don't really have a quarterback.
Zach
Yeah,
Wilson.
I mean,
I'm
Aaron
not taking that.
Rodgers.
I'm not taking that. With all respect.
Yeah, it's a wild statement. If Zach Wilson was still our guy, I'd say you're correct.
Oh, yeah.
But you forgot
Yeah.
we have a guy named Aaron Rodgers, who's.
Who knows though?
I mean, did
Post
you know
injury,
injury
no one knows how he's gonna
beginning?
perform.
You're right. Achilles injuries are nothing to mess with, especially when he's going to turning 41
Oh,
this year.
yeah.
I'm not expecting this guy to be Aaron Rodgers of whatever 6 years ago when he was winning
Green
back-to-back
Bay
MVPs. Yeah, but he's better than anything we've ever had, honestly.
That's true.
And the rest of the team, I don't know how well you know the Jets roster. Probably not very well.
Not pretty well.
They're stacked. The defense is wild. The offensive line got better. The weapons around Rodgers are really, really, really good. I was about to say great. They're not great. They're really good. But they have that Jet curse. They have that Jet stink. So as excited as I am, I'm also waiting for the other shoe to drop at some point. At the most inopportune time, something's going to happen. It's
You
gonna
never
be like,
know. Really.
I know. You never know, but it's also like I've been in this for so long now that it's you like
Bound to happen.
yeah.
know.
You like set your mind to be like, all right, this is nice, but
Almost like it's a script, but it's probably not.
I don't believe in that garbage. I'm not a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory guy, but yeah, like in general, it's hard sometimes to look at this and be like, how are we?
How's this even
How
possible?
is this happening?
How's
How
this
does
happening?
Aaron Rodgers tear his Achilles 4 plays into the season? Like only the Jets.
Do you think you should be making the calls on the Jets?
New head coach.
New head coach. That's all.
I don't like our head coach, by the way. At one time in my life, yeah, I probably felt like I should be, but now that I'm older and more washed up, yeah, no, that time is coming. I was really good in Madden franchise mode, though. I used to kill
Grind.
Madden franchise
Grind.
mode. Yeah,
Everyone did.
yeah. You didn't. I taught at DRS in the 5 towns up in New York when I was there for about 6-7 years. Great experience. Loved it there.
The Bronx.
Well, I taught in the Bronx before DRS. Yeah, I have
That was a good story.
a lot of
honestly,
stories
yeah.
from the Bronx. We don't need to share those.
Next podcast.
Please.
Going deep with Mr. Levin.
It's a
50,000 likes and it'll go deeper.
serving in a history role, but also the dean. They had grade level deans, and I was the grade level dean of the junior class. I always somehow end up working with juniors and 11th graders the most. It's crazy, like right now. But that was the grade that I worked with most, and I was a grade level dean. So I did have some experience with it. I don't know how much they knew about that, but it was a great opportunity, and I really loved doing it because ideally, like you have to understand, right? Student conduct here, we're not looking to get people in trouble.
Yeah.
And I think I really hope you guys understand that. No matter who it is, me, Ms. Chait, Rabbi Horowitz, we all have your best interest in mind, the school's best interest in mind as a whole. Whether you think so or not, I promise you we do.
No, 100%.
Zach knows. But like
Hold on, why does Zach know?
no, like
Zach knows how clutch
Zach is a
Mr.
part of
Levin
it.
is.
Zach understands. Zach understands.
I understand.
Do you?
I'm telling you.
You don't understand like Zach understands.
What's with your Richard Nixon voice, by the way? You're just, I understand. It sounds like Richard Nixon.
I think it's just the.
A little bit
I
of
don't
history
know.
going on over here.
Podcast
Acoustics?
environment.
Is it the acoustics?
I think it's just the environment. You see, we change location.
I understand.
From one corner of the room to the other.
Exactly.
Big moves for us.
That
It
matters.
switches the mood, like bright.
The whole
You know,
vibe,
Sure.
Just hit 100 followers on Instagram as well.
Shout out
So
Instagram.
120.
thank you for that. by
Doing
the way.
well.
That's pretty good.
Couple of views on YouTube also.
You got to start somewhere, man.
3 videos posted.
Let me ask you guys a question because I'm doing way too much talking. What inspired this? Because it's a great idea, and it's something that can be very beneficial and useful for not just the 3 of you, but for the school. I think it could be something pretty cool.
You know-
So where did this come from? What's the?
I want to start from my perspective.
Yeah.
What happened
Let's go
was,
around.
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
yeah. So I saw the table here like 3 months ago, and messing around with it, whatever. It's
Explain
cool.
what it is. Why we
And
have
what
it.
this table is basically, Mr. Cohen got a voucher,
Nice.
which meaning he could buy more equipment, and this is something I decided to invest in. And no one ever really touches it. He's messing around with it, just as me.
Mhm.
And one day I see this kid over here looking at it, and like, Ellie, let's make a podcast. And Zach's like, that's a good idea. So
Yo,
now I'm
let me get
thinking-
in that.
Yeah, so now I'm
Yeah.
thinking for future, this is great for colleges.
Yeah.
It might go somewhere. Who knows?
Never
so
know.
got into it. And now
it's
we're doing
fun.
it. I mean,
It's
yeah,
very
it's fun to do.
Yeah.
Good way to
It
waste
is.
some time.
Also, like other than like futures, let's say, it's just cool messing around. Really, like even if we don't post it, shout out Aaron Rosenhaus, main producer on
Yeah,
this.
big time. Thank you,
He's a
all.
good
Coming
guy.
to the
One time
camera
we'll
really
have
quick.
him on.
He's a good guy. Let's see.
Shout out Aaron, legend.
Yeah, go, come on.
How you doing?
Producer.
Hey, shout out.
If it wasn't for him,
Yeah.
this would not.
This would not have been
Yeah,
as
no,
good.
we would not be posting anything really if it wasn't for him. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, it just makes it
Big
more
props.
fun.
what about you, Zach? What got you into this mainly?
I don't know. It's just fun, keeping us busy, you know. What about you?
Same thing for me. And yeah.
Shout out Mr. Cohen also. Thank you for letting us use all your
us
gear,
equipment.
all your equipment, the room,
Great
the
guy,
environment. Great guy.
for sure.
All right. On that note, coming up on 12 minutes now in the episode. Thank you so much, Mr. Levin, for coming.
That's it. Wow.
Thank you for
okay.
spending your
This was
time.
fun.
We
Yeah,
could
we-
always
we
we could
always
always go
come back,
we
yeah.
could always go deeper, discuss more later on. Hopefully the podcast gains more success and more
It will.
momentum.
It will.
There we go. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Stay tuned
Thanks for having
for
me,
the
fellas.
next episode of the Zero Podcast.
Thanks for
Link in bio
watching.
for
Thank you so
Instagram
much.
and YouTube and all.